And we're back with Ocean Currents, the hotspot for everything OCC. With me now is David Marowitz, OCC's music instructor, who's actively involved in engaging music talents, organizing on-campus jazz performances by the Ocean County College Jazz Band. And this collaboration of student artists will represent Ocean County College at the Three Sails Jazz Festival by performing high-quality musical arrangements by David Marowitz. Hello and welcome to our show.
Hi.
So David, tell us a little bit about your musical background.
Well, at a young age, I used to listen to Dixieland music, but when I got to be about 16, it became a passion. And then I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I just loved it so much. So, you know, I learned all I could from who I could, and I was inspired by high school band director. And also, I went to college, got a couple of degrees in music, and then I went on the road with the band for a while. And then really my childhood dream, because one of the bands I loved so much and was inspiration to me was Buddy Rich. Well, at the age of 24, he recorded one of my arrangements. Wow. And then, so I got to write more for him, and then later on he did it again. And so that's basically my background. My desire has always been kind of to be in professional music, but also I love teaching too. And fortunately, I was able to do both. Now,
speaking of teaching, what types of music do you teach, and what music artists inspire you?
Well, Buddy Rich inspired me. His band to me was so exciting that I said, I've got to do this. I've got to be involved with this. And like I said, I did actually at the age 24 get to be an arranger for him, and he did record a couple of my arrangements. Teaching at the college, I teach jazz, and I teach. Well, we have the jazz band, which I'm real excited about the progress we've made in 3 semesters. That started 3 semesters ago. I've been teaching the history of jazz, which is for anyone who's interested in learning about their country's music, the music that was developed in our country, and also beginning jazz theory and improvisation, which is learning how to improvise. And that will be for jazz, also blues, or any kind of music that you improvise. So any students who are interested in learning can take that class and then come into the jazz band after that, and many just come right to the jazz band.
That's excellent. Now, your students are performing at the Jazz Festival, and that's happening in June.
Yes.
What is the OCC Jazz Band going to prepare for this event?
Well, we're going to be playing some music by Miles Davis, Herbie Hancock, Benny Golson. I'm going to throw one of mine in there. The thing about the way we're doing it, though, I always encourage students that, especially at the college age, it's great to copy people and mimic people when you're growing up learning, but at some point you need your own personality.
Absolutely.
So as a band, we're going to be taking the music of these people I mentioned, doing them our own way. And that not only that would be according to our generation, this generation, what influences them, and also them personally, because each individual has certain unique qualities musically about themselves. So, my job is to bring that out of each person, make them realize what they have, and blend them as a group in a way that we have a unified whole.
The Three Sails Jazz Festival has some pretty big names performing. Mm-hmm. How do your students feel about performing with them?
Yeah, well, I don't know how much of a reality it is to them yet. I showed them the poster with their name alongside of the Marsalis and Dyad and the Commodores and all that, and hoping that would spark but we haven't talked about it a lot. But the main thing that I'm looking at is preparing them for that day. And one of the things is building the confidence and what they have, that they're bringing something to the table that's unique, because they are unique as individuals and as a band. So as we develop the way we perform this music, and it becomes kind of solidified into our own way or style, they're going to realize that we have, we're not as old as some of these guys that have been around in the business for so long, but we have something unique to bring to the table at the festival.
Absolutely, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think is the importance of having a festival such as this, where students have the opportunity to get involved?
Well, I mean, for them, it's like an internship for a day kind of thing. They're going to be there. They're going to be rubbing shoulders with people who have been, internationally known, nationally known performers, and I encourage them to take notes, mental notes, and keep an eye, watch how they conduct themselves, watch how they relate to one another, to their audience. Notice how the seriousness they take about their music and the passion they have for their music as well.
It's definitely a great experience for them.
Yeah.
Do you think scouts from music schools will be coming to watch the OCC Jazz Band perform?
Well, we're early in the program. This is our third semester as far as the jazz band goes, so I don't know about that. I do know there's one school that knows what's going on and is kind of interested in what's going on here. But one interesting thing that happened along these lines is our very first semester, we did a concert in the Gateway building in April, along with the Glee Choir, and we, in the audience was the father of one of the Glee Choir members, who happened to be a member of Shorty Long in the Jersey Horns, which is a locally popular band. Well, he noticed our baritone saxophone player and hired him right on the spot. And he's been with him in playing with that band ever since.
Amazing.
Just right there, it was just an exciting. So that's one of the things, the vision I have for the program here, the jazz program here, is that I would just love if people came to me, do you have a sax player? Do you have a trombone player? I'm looking for a guitar player. Anybody, can you recommend someone? I'd love to see that kind of thing happening. And as well, colleges as well as maybe local, or even maybe, who knows, like I told the kid in the band, you don't know what's going to happen. Maybe somebody's looking for a sax player just like you. A young person with some new ideas, and you never know what's going to happen at the festival. So always play your best.
Absolutely.
Always show who you are.
It's great exposure.
Yeah.
How often and where does the jazz band perform?
Well, we're going to be performing at Open House next month on the 16th. We'll be in May. We'll be performing at the New Jersey State Chili and Salsa Cook-Off downtown. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then let me see. At the end of the month, Marcellus is going to be here doing a workshop with the band in the morning, and then we're going to be playing in the afternoon. We're going to be playing at a local community event. That's the 30th. So if people want to come see us, we'll be at these different things. We'll be playing at the Mancini Theater in Ocean County Library downtown, Toms River, on June 2nd. And there's a couple other things I don't have dates for yet, but as they come.
That's wonderful, a lot of upcoming events.
Yes.
Now that there is a performing arts major at Ocean County College, talk about the opportunities for students.
Well, there have been some new things that have happened since. The jazz program's that's come along about the same time. We have a music fundamentals class that's a new thing for people who maybe are lacking reading. We have a lot of musicians, guitar players and drummers that are different instruments that don't read music, didn't really grow up learning reading music and learning the fundamentals. That's a great place for them to get that. So another great thing is the Grunin Center, all the performing opportunities that Professor Mark Wilson is bringing in to the center. It's just amazing. There's so much going on. It makes your head spin. There's just so many concerts of all different genres. That's a great thing for all students on campus, because as students they can get in for all these things free, and then for the community and the region, all these. You don't have to go to New York to see these people. They're coming right to Ocean County College.
That's right. Now I have one last thing for you, David.
Sure.
For those students who are passionate about jazz music, how can they get involved with the jazz band?
Well, you can get in the jazz band whether you're passionate about jazz alone or about music, because we have the first semester, we're trying this. Let's see if we can have a jazz band, see if we have talent in the area. Well, it turns out we did, and a lot of the people, the first semester band was mostly heavy metal people, and I thought, wow, what a job I have before me. I never worked with heavy metal people trying to teach them jazz. Well, there's a lot of principles, musical principles that are in both music. So they did an amazing job learning how to play jazz, and I figured, well, we'll probably play jazz rock because that's closer to what they are used to, and I figured that's where it was going to stay, but they surprised me. We actually played a song from 1939, Harlem Nocturne. We played soul jazz from the 1950s. We did things that I never would have thought that we could do. So if students are passionate about music, and I would encourage them to just get in touch with me, Marowitz at ocean.edu, or call the school, the Language and the Arts. Get in touch with me, and we'll talk about that. But one of my students just recently sent me a note, and he said, and he had graduated and moved on. He said the music that he's doing now, everything that he learned and absorbed in the jazz band, has influenced the music he's doing now. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be just jazz, and I love to have blues players come in and any kind of music at all, actually. because
very-
you'll bring something with you if you come in. Yeah.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
a very rewarding experience.
It is.
Well, thank you for joining us, David, and we are looking forward to seeing your band perform at